Space Marine 2 has a problem, and we need to talk about it. Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2, the highly anticipated sequel to the first Space Marine, 13 years prior, fully released this week to rave reviews from critics and regular gamers alike. For a full retail price of $60 or more, if you're like me and had to play it early, the game includes 3 different modes: campaign, co-op missions, and player versus player online multiplayer. Space Marine 2 is well optimized and offers returning and new fans of the series a chance to play as the titular Space Marines of the Warhammer 40k's grimdark universe. After playing this game since late last week, I personally think this game is Game of the Year candidate material. From its compelling campaign narrative to its mechanically fun gameplay, right down to its gorgeously gory graphics, this game is a well-polished masterpiece of a release title, especially in this day and age of gaming where you get games that feel like an alpha dropping as a 1.0 release. So what is the issue that I have with Space Marine 2? Stick with me in this video and I'll explain my thoughts on this amazing game and why I still have one singular complaint that I feel detracts from an overall wonderful experience serving the Emperor, brother. Hi, my name is Lank. I make videos. More recently, I make videos standing up. Helps the brain. If you like what you see, you should hit that sub button. If you like what you see in the video, not me, but if you like what you see, you can hit that sub too. If you like this in particular video, do me a favor, hit the like button. If you have an opinion, do me a favor, head on to the comment sections and state your opinion if you have one. But let's be honest, you all have opinions. With that out of the way, let's get into everything Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2. Now, before I get into what I think that problem is, we are going to talk about the good that this game does. And bear with me because Space Marine 2 does a lot of things exceptionally well. First things first, because we're all human, let's discuss the looks of Space Marine 2. The graphics of Space Marine 2 are phenomenal. And yeah, I've said that about a few other games recently, but that's only because we're in an age of graphic beauty in video games hitherto undreamt of.
Did you seriously just say hitherto undreamt of?
And Space Marine 2 is no exception to the current reality of gorgeous graphics in games today. The scenery is breathtaking, the characters are gruff and rugged as you'd expect from a Warhammer 40k game. Even the enemies are so well detailed, some might even consider them good looking. Going from super gross, damp, overtaken jungles that would make Rambo bawl his eyes out to the bowels of ginormous spacefaring war machines steeped in religious zealotry to gorgeous planets spanning cities filled to the brim with gothic steeples and spires only for them to be overrun by Xenos threats is something to behold. I would not blame you if you spent most of your time on this game just admiring the backdrop and the scenery. It is impressive to say the least. This is one of many aspects in this game that enthralls you in the grimdark future that is Warhammer 40k. Now, I am by no means an expert on Warhammer 40k lore. I think like a lot of people, I had a passing interest in the series. I enjoyed the odd TikTok about the lore, but after playing this game, I have an unquenchable thirst to know more.
Would you like to know more?
Part of the beauty of this game is that it pulls you into its universe of horror and suffering without explaining things to you like you're a toddler. Yet by virtue of it being so good and so gorgeous, it makes you want to know more. Which also means there are a ton of deep dive and lore videos here on YouTube. That personally makes me really happy because I love videos like that. Videos like that make me so happy to watch. I love just knowing, trying to figure out why this is, what's going on in this universe. Please explain it to me. So whoever makes those videos, thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. You don't know me, but I love you. And honestly, a lot of those videos inspire me to make videos of my own, like stuff like this. I'm not super deep into the lore, so I'm not going to do deep dives, but I'd like to do some surface level stuff for you guys concerning video games and anything really that piques my interest. And pique my interest, this game certainly has. Now, in the days prior to the launch of this game, the hype was certainly building for me and my buddies. Seeing so much good news coming from this game, like their roadmap for instance, was giving all of us a space boner. The one thing I was worried about, however, was if my PC could handle it, because it looked so good. My PC is by no means a bad rig, but the way the game looked had me worried my PC would explode. Good news! If you couldn't guess it, it didn't explode. I'm still here, and it's still here, playing Space Marine 2. It's deliciously well optimized. I mean, that's considering that I stream, I game, and I record all on the same PC, all at once. It hasn't let me down. The other monitors might get a little bit choppy from time to time, but gameplay is smooth, the stream is smooth, the recording is smooth afterwards. And I'm talking campaign co-op, co-op missions, and the PvP multiplayer. I have yet to experience any sort of game-breaking bug or glitch, or even like, I haven't really experienced that much lag now that I come to think about it. So props to the devs for making a smooth game. That's enough about shallow subjects like looks. Let's dive deeper and discuss what really matters. Gameplay. Gameplay-wise, this game is stupid fun. I'm talking dummy amounts of fun. The guns and the melee weapons are extremely satisfying to use. There is a time and a place to use either ranged or melee combat, but beyond that, it is very difficult to pull yourself away from one to use the other. Guns feel impactful. You almost feel the recoil and the impact of every shot fired. Melee weapons feel powerful and hefty when you're slicing through the enemies of the Emperor. Speaking of the enemies in this game are plentiful. Countless enemies will pour towards you like a rushing wave coming to drown the Imperium of Man. Tearing through the wave with whatever weapon you can is such an enjoyable feeling. It is insane to me a game can send this many little beasts your way with seemingly no issue of lag or choppiness. That blows my mind, and it gets me further invested in this marvel of a game. Okay, without spoiling the story, I can say the campaign is thoroughly enjoyable. The way the story unfolds is easy to understand, but adds to the allure of the 40k universe. One thing I do know about the Warhammer 40k universe is that it is uncaring. Countless stories have unfolded depicting the horror and the conflict that takes place in the galaxy, yet is just another drop in an ocean of conflict and despair. Though the campaign's story does a good enough job of being entertaining and intriguing, it also does a good job of giving me this feeling that it is just another Tuesday in the batshit crazy galaxy. The stakes may be high, but when and where in the universe aren't they? No Thanos level threat, because they're all Thanos level threats. Now, I assumed PvP was going to be the weakest ingredient in this Warhammer 40k pie, but it is surprisingly good. As of this video, I've played a few matches of PvP, and I can see myself really getting into it. In this player versus player mode, it's Chaos Marines versus the regular chapters of the Imperium. Let me get this out of the way, but the Chaos Marines have some pretty cool drip. Please don't send the Inquisition after me. I know that's heretical. I just have to be honest with myself. I kind of like their drip. Ooh, what the? Holy. I'm kind of curious what sniper's like. Ooh, dude, the armor for the Chaos Marine? I might just be a Chaos Marine because of the drip. This is drippy. Anyways, multiplayer is a lot of fun. Sometimes games that are centered around hordes of NPCs crashing down upon you in the sometimes hundreds doesn't often have a good PvP counterpart to go along with it. But Space Marine 2 chainswords that notion right down the middle. Player versus player in Space Marine 2 is executed quite nicely here. 6 Space Marines versus 6 Chaos Marines in an arena setting really scratches that Gears of War Quake multiplayer itch. With different class abilities and loadouts, the variety of gameplay PvP offers is something that will keep gameplay fresh and exciting for a long time. If you're like me and you weren't sure how to feel about this game having multiplayer, please do yourself a favor and try it on for size. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Alright, that is enough glazing this game. What is the problem with Space Marine 2? It is too damn short. I said it, take me to jail. I said it. Guilty. Seriously, that is my gripe with this game. It is such a good game. It is such an awesome experience that the fact that the campaign is at most 12 hours, I'm being generous, at most 12 hours is infuriating. There's co-op missions. Those co-op missions, there's only 6 of them. All of this that I'm talking about is really replayable. It is. There is an element of replayability, but it is still too short. I want more. I want more. And like we talked about earlier, there's already a roadmap to this game, and I'm sure based on the ending of the story, I'm not going to get into spoilers, based on the ending of the story, this game will have some either DLC that you have to pay for to get continued part of the story, or they'll be generous and give us some more story later down the road. There's more co-op missions coming, but I'm not sure if there's more story missions coming, and I really need more story. I was talking to my buddy that's familiar with the first game, and he says there's more coming, and I don't really think that they're gonna put it in a Space Marine 3. They might. I mean, you never know. If they want to make more money, they might, but I have a feeling in my heart that we're gonna get more, or maybe I'm just hoping at this point, but we're gonna get more story. We're gonna get more story missions. I said this in my last video. This game has the potential to be Game of the Year. I do think that having such minimal story, minimal campaign, and a little bit on the lighter side as far as content in general goes, I think that hurts it a little bit in the debate of Game of the Year, but this is a strong contender. This is a damn strong contender. In my opinion, its biggest threat as far as winning Game of the Year is probably Black Myth Wukong, because that game is another phenomenal game. I encourage you guys to check out the video about that game that I made. But yeah, this is a serious contender. I really... I like this game. I like this game a lot. It's gotten me into this awesome universe that I can get enthralled in the lore of. I just want more. Maybe that's what's clouding my judgment and saying that it's too short, but I want more. I want more to this game, and I don't want you to think that this was a clickbait, because it's a genuine concern of mine that the campaign was so short, that there may be not enough content for this game right now, as it is. That is a genuine concern of mine. You guys might have a different opinion on it, and I'd love to know your opinions in the comments below, but I really think this game could do with a lot more content, because the content that's already in it is masterclass, beautiful. It just needs more. I need more. Please, give me more. So again, Space Marine 2, amazing game. If you haven't already, pick it up. Well worth the price point. Phenomenal gameplay, awesome storytelling, well-optimized game. I really recommend this game. I really recommend you pick it up, brother, and fight for the Emperor. That's about it. Thanks for watching. Hey, real quick, before you go, if you've already subbed, liked, and commented on this video, but you want to support this channel and myself and go the extra mile, consider becoming a member. Being a member of this channel means you get exclusive features. You get emotes that you can use in the comments of my lives and my regular videos. You get access to videos early before other people see them. And you get access to videos that are exclusive to members. Videos like bloopers and outtakes and the occasional vlog. Being a member is completely optional, but if you want to support this channel, I greatly appreciate it. Shout out to my current members, the Meow, Major, and Razma Chris. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys next time.